Oh, Mr. E, so
Yeah,
what's going on tonight?
It's nice to get out of the house sometimes. Even though we get out of the house and get into the car, we will be outside pretty soon. When people do that, they're losing out. They're getting sheltered. Shelter's just to go to periodically, but to dwell there, you know, sinking deeper into the couch.
Doesn't do anything for the world of ideas, huh?
I don't like it. You know, a house is a very safe environment. That's fine. But nature is what you're being blocked off from. So it's nice to get out into nature and circulate, perambulate.
Oh, that's a word.
Just take in the environment, to be a part of a natural scenario. What's out there has been going on for thousands, tens of thousands, even they say millions of years. All right, you know, I don't know what a million years is, but they say the trees have been growing and all this and that. So we need to connect with that. I just realized something. I passed the turn. I should go the other way. It's all right. So I'm turning around here, and my mind is filled with ideas about people on the internet. You know?
Yes.
I don't really want to be on the computer a whole lot, because when you're on the computer, you're inside usually. You know, unless you've got a good laptop, and even then, it's difficult to.
Are you saying you would want to be in two places at the same time?
Well, when technology catches up to things, to our, you know, mental capabilities, then I would do it. But at this point, the ergonomics of it isn't ergonometric at all. It's far from it. It's such a barbaric contraption that I can't even contend with it. It's just to get all entangled in that kind of discombobulation. I don't like sitting there tied to the thing like a prisoner, like a ball and chain is what it is. You're trapped. It's like being in a straitjacket. It's like being in a mental straitjacket. Not only that, the types of people you encounter when you go on the internet, the stupidity is just so obvious. And you know, it's like I don't like to judge, but it's like you got to call a spade a spade. You got to see it for what it is. There's just unloosed stupidity. It's rampant. The stupidity floweth over. You just get these people who are so goddamn useless. You know, you gotta wonder, what is their real life about? When they turn off the computer, you know...
Is this an infestation in our society?
People are just overpopulating, and stupidity is just multiplying. That's all it is. Commercialization attached to the fact that there's no more survival of the fittest. There's no more, like, decent education system. It's, tell you the truth, 200 years ago, when they used to have the one-room schoolhouse, and they used to have, like, the language of Latin, they used to have the Greek.
Are you speaking of going back to the days of the hunters and gatherers?
No, not at all. There was no such thing as hunters and gatherers. Hunters and gatherers were just wandering nomads. Those are the people that couldn't get into Atlantis, but you know, you don't find the bones of the people in Atlantis because it's underneath the sea.
Okay, so we won't go back to
the fact of the matter is, just because a bunch of closed-minded, ignorant scientists that call themselves paleontology are trying to write the books of history, prehistory, doesn't mean that it's true. Doesn't mean that many, many years ago civilization was backwards. We had a height of civilization many times. It oscillated. And right now the height of the civilization can be found. It's just that the masses are pretty low. The lowest common denominator right now is like, it's a joke. It's a reason why, as a philosopher and pioneer of the future, I still have to take plenty of time to do comedy. This society here is ripe for the plucking. They are ripe with stupidity.
So you're saying you using things from the past help you with your comedy?
The things in the past and the things that are so stupid you have to laugh at them.
That's very interesting, your view of reality. That's basically just what is. Well, to get back to what we were saying...
I don't need to wear those glasses, by the way.
No, you have a very, very common view of reality, that everything is just, not like evolutionary.
I think maybe I have an overall, a comprehensive view of reality.
You have a comprehensive view that's not simplistic, but very, like, the scientists have to prove something for you to believe it. But anyway, let's get back to Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Let's get Little House on the Prairie. We're doing the prairie type.
They were very self-sufficient. Those people knew how to survive, and therefore they used their knowledge in a different way. Well, in our modern society, knowledge is like useless, a lot of it. So people spend their time having different kind of random thoughts. They like to start psychological conflicts for no reason, because they don't know what to do with themselves. If they were trying to survive together, they would learn how to cooperate, and the communication would be a lot different. They don't communicate really with an objective of efficiency or real results. They communicate just to get, like, a rise out of people. They don't have a goal.
So the knowledge of today is different from how we used yesterday. So speaking on those terms, do you think the show Little House on the Prairie with Michael Landon was an accurate account of the way it was?
It showed, like, the frontier. Those are pioneers of that region. Yeah, that was. There's some aspects of the show are not accurate, but for the most part it is. And people were much better off with that kind of lifestyle. People today, like I said, sink further into the couch as they're doing, TV, surfing, or internet, and when they get on the internet, they're all stupid. I like to learn, and it's hard to learn from stupid people. It can't be done.
Speaking of learning, I've always talked about John Dewey. I've studied a little bit of, not much to be professor.
Wait, tell me about. He has a system of learning.
Yes, system of learning. What is learning? He doesn't go into the personal side of it.
Learning is where you're looking at the facts. Facts are anything that pertains to the reality as it is. We're not doing statistics or measurements necessarily. Just a statement of how it is.
Could learning be the process of thinking, learning, and doing?
Learning, yes, leads to. The only worthwhile learning leads to action. Yes, that is true. And then it leads to the right action or informed action, knowledgeable acts instead of ignorant acts. Yes. A lot of times you can look at the stupidity that's going on because it's an action, and you say, well, golly gee, that comes from a stupid head. That's a stupid head, that the people that do that. When you see them moving around and doing what they do, like polluting or shopping or making money and just paying attention to paying the rent, that's all they do. That's a symptom. That's not the thing itself. You look and you dig deep and you realize that's a stupid head behind that. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. Whoever said that was Smash Mouth.
So you have to do something with the. So learning is not just thinking. Actual process of thinking, teaching, learning, and doing. You need good teachers to understand this factor.
I claim to be a teacher. I think the true teacher of this day and age is the most important person that there is. Because the importance of doing that kind of service. Hey, I'm not condescending to you. I am not going to you people to get power. I'm going to you because you need it. I'm doing this as a service. You think I'm getting paid for this? What do you think? This is some kind of a joke that I have to educate you? You think this is a joke that I got to spend my time, my effort? Get out of my face. Just get out of my face.